Hi there guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Pierre and you're on Darkness Falls Reacts. I live in Johannesburg in what I consider to be one of the most beautiful countries in the world, South Africa. So please bear in mind that my viewpoints will be that as an individual in South Africa. We do have an abundance in wildlife, we've got a rich history, sometimes tragic history, but I'm here for all of it and I hope you guys enjoy the journey with me. I'm sure you guys know why you're here. You clicked on the thumbnail. So we are here to discuss how to get a competency in South Africa. So there's a bit of a process to follow. Unfortunately, we do not live in the United States of America, where the Second Amendment really allows for all these different types of handguns to be in your possession, all these different types of ways of carrying and all these type of things. There are a lot more stricter rules and laws in place in South Africa, and I'm just here to try and assist you to get as less as possible, well, the least amount of possible hiccups in the process. And yeah, we're going to be considering or discussing the handgun process today, because that's really the process I followed. So I know what I've experienced the last couple of months. So I hope this is going to help you guys, and yeah, I hope you guys find this helpful. Discussing how to get a competency for a firearm, in this case a handgun. Well, there's two things that you need to consider first. First things first, you will need to go through a company that does proficiency. So the proficiency and competency goes hand in hand. So you can't get a competency without getting a proficiency first. So go through a company that's got all of the accreditations through the SAPS and SACETA and all those other things, right? That's your first thing that you want to do, is get a proficiency. There's companies all over the place. I specifically used 3D Firetrain. That's THREE, the letter D, Firetrain. I will be sharing a link for their website down below, so please check them out. They gave me very good service. They really helped me a lot. But yeah, let's move on. So that's the first thing you will need to get, is a proficiency. All right. After that, you will actually receive a certificate from said company. That certificate is considered the proficiency. All right. So you will get, on the one side, it will generally be your statement of results, and the other side would be your actual certificate. Okay. So what goes into a proficiency? Let's discuss that for a minute. All right. A proficiency, first off, is you having to write some tests. All right. So they give you all of the paperwork that you require, all of the study material that you require, and that would actually then you will need to be tested on. So the tests are on two different products. So firstly is going to be the legislation part, so the law regarding owning a firearm in South Africa. Second part would be the handling and use of said firearm. That will give you all of the information that you need. Write the tests, get the result. They will then take you to the range to try and show you all of the security and safety aspects of the use and handle of a gun. They will give you the opportunity to shoot, and if they then deem you proficient, only you will get the certification that says you are proficient. That documentation is then what you're going to need going forward. So let us discuss what will you need to have in place before you actually go ahead and go to the police station. All right. So many of these things would be in the actual legal handbook that you will get, or the handle and use of a handgun. But let's just discuss this quickly. Firstly, you will require to be a South African citizen of legal age, and that legal age is 21 years old. Right? There are some cases whereby you would be allowed to do it maybe younger. That would be up to the registrar. You would also be able to possibly get it when you're a professional hunter or sports shooter or whatever the case might be. But For this exercise, we are focusing on the average individual out there wanting a handgun for self-defense. All right, so that's really what it's all about. You need to be a South African citizen, you need to be 21 years old. Okay. Secondly, you will have to be of sound mind and body and have no substance abuse issues. All right, you must not have any criminal records and all these type of things. So now you've got your proficiency. You are over 21. You are a legal South African citizen. You are of sound body and mind, and you have no substance abuse and you have no criminal record. Okay, now you've got your proficiency. Now there's some documentation you're going to be required to have, right? So the first thing you're going to need, you have to have 2 copies of your IDs. Okay, it needs to be certified. You're going to need 2 copies of your proof of address, certified. You are going to need 2 copies of your statement of result and your certificate, certified. You're going to need to have 2 passport photos. Can't certify that. So, with that, you will also need to submit an SAPS 86, I call it the SAPS 86 form. It's really a form whereby you've got some people that is going to be giving you references. Those forms, you need to submit 3 of them, all right? And those 3 forms needs to be, if you're married, one has to be one of your wife, all right? And then friends and family and co-workers and so forth and so on, all right? 2 of them additional. Okay, so 3 in total. Please bear in mind though, that many South African police stations do require, instead of that form, for your references to be going with you to the police station when you go and apply for your competency. So please bear that in mind. And then, of course, you've got a competency application form. Okay, so that generally will be given to you by your company that does the proficiency. So they will give you that form so you can fill it out. But please bear in mind, you cannot sign it at your house. You have to sign all of that at the police station, date it at the police station, all that type of stuff. So, but you will have the forms. Okay. That being said, I'd like to now give you some advice to make this process a little bit smoother. Okay, because it might sound easy, but there's little tips and tricks that I wish I had known before I went. Okay, so first things first. Right, many of the police stations in South Africa have specific days that's only for commercial use. All right, so you as an individual is not going to be helped. All right, in my region, which is on the Johannesburg Eastern regions, Fridays are for your commercial individuals. So Monday to Thursday, normal individuals like ourselves going for a handgun, we can go. All right, that's the first thing. Second thing. All right, their offices generally open at around about 8 o'clock. Okay, please bear in mind, 8 o'clock is not the right time to arrive. Okay, there's people that's arriving there from 6 o'clock in the morning. All right, standing in queues. Okay, the problem with that is there's only so many people the police station can help in one day. All right, they can only see so many people for so many licenses. All right, and then the problem with that is that you might be in the queue, but you might not be helped, and you'll need to come back on a different day. So I suggest maybe pitch up before 7 o'clock in the morning. All right, be in that queue quite bright and early, and also do expect to be there for quite a number of hours. Okay, so the reasoning behind it is that a lot of the people are not like you. There are people that come there, they've got 5, 6, 7 licenses they want to apply for, and so the process takes a lot longer than what you would initially have thought. All right, so to help them would be maybe an hour or 2, and you're behind 3 of those, so maybe you only get help at like 10:30, but you've been there since 7 o'clock. So bear that in mind, that timing is of the essence. All right. Okay. One other thing that I need to maybe discuss with you guys is you have to go to the police station in your area of residence, okay, the one that's closest to you. If you go to another police station, they will not help you, they'll point you away. So at the end of the day, you're going to be standing there for an hour or two in the queue, and then they only find out, listen, they can't help you, you have to go to the guys in your area. So please go to the guys in your area. It's the best way to go. Once your competency has been submitted, it can take around about 120 days for you to receive feedback. I know there's people that say that they've waited months and months and months and months for theirs. So please do not expect it to be done in 2 weeks. It's not going to happen. All right. It's quite a bit of a process. Takes quite long. Let's consider the effect COVID had on everything. Of course, there would be backlogs at the police stations and for the guys that does obviously the gun licenses as well. So yeah, there's a bit of a backlog there, so do expect to wait quite some time. Now at this stage, you obviously have gone out and purchased a firearm. That firearm will have a document issued to you. All right, so that document that you get, it's got your serial numbers and all those type of things of your gun. All right, so that will be handed in as soon as you get your competency back, alongside your proficiency and set certificate for the gun. All right, all three of those documents will then be resubmitted for a gun license. Once again, waiting period is starting. All right, so I've heard of guys that said it takes anything from a year to 2 years to get this whole process finished. So please do not expect it to be done in a week's time. It's not going to be in a week's time. It's probably more along the lines of a year or 2 years. All right. Once you then get your license back, now you can go to your local gun store where you purchased your firearm, and you can actually go and collect your gun. That's the process. It's a little bit long. It's a little bit daunting, but I hope this video helped. So guys, that is the video. I'd like to thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe. Push on that notification channel button if you'd like to see more of my content. Please feel free in the comments to comment and help me if I've had anything wrong. Feel free to add on to it if I missed anything. And of course, feel free to make suggestions of future content that you'd like to see. So I'm really here with this channel for you guys. So, you know, I'm going to continue making some videos, but I'd love your input. I'd really love your input. Tell me what you'd like to see from our type of traveling that you would like for us to do, food that you'd like for us to react to, whatever you'd like to see for everybody. It's not just a South African channel, it's a global channel. So guys from America, guys from the UK, even from Russia, if you want to comment, feel free to comment. Just make sure it's in English so I can understand you. But yeah, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.